I'm currently recording. Uh, Hello, everybody. The Masked Serv here, and today we are continuing the reaction series. Now, we are going to be starting a smaller series known as Murder Drones. But before I get into the actual series made by Glitch, I decided to try and look into this video, the Murder Drones Timeline, 2032 to 3071, by 1045HourVitality, a Turkish channel. The only Turkish guy on the internet that I like, makes some good mapping videos. Go check him out. Go sub to him. Shout out to him. But yeah, I'm gonna be focusing on this video to get a bit of the lore of the Murder Drones timeline before I actually watch the videos. So let's get into it. So before we continue, subscribe, hit the like, push the notification bell, and let's get to it. Alright. Alright, let's see this. Oh, there it starts. Fucking NATO. Fuck you, NATO. Oh god. 2032. What? Why does this Turkish guy recognize Kosovo as a country? DC Jensen is found. Fan theory. Right. Last remnants of the International Space Station fall into the Atlantic Ocean. The United States government increases federal funding for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. European Union imposes a full ban sale of petroleum cars, 3 years late than anticipated. China National Space Administration begins to compete with NASA. AI innovation surges alongside technological improvements regarding space travel. So we're traveling to space now. The International Space Agency is formed by the USA, Russia, China, India, Brazil, Germany, Turkey, UK, Sweden, and France. Only like 3 of the countries, no, 4 of the countries in this list, but alright. The space arms race begins between the United States and the People's Republic of China. Wow, okay. The last bits of petroleum empty out. The world is out of oil. Oh shit, America's going to fucking collapse. Saudi Arabia rescinds into its membership of the ISA following an economic crisis brought on by the lack of oil imports. GC Jensen begins sale of a product other than pens. Housing crisis begins in first world countries as inflation continues to rise. Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope dies out, replaced by the Habitable Worlds Observatory. Ruined nationalism brought on by the migration crisis causes a varied changes in the governments of countries in Europe. Oh, okay. Just kind of like today, though I don't know why we're starting in 2032 out of any of the years. Humanity reaches its peak in terms of population on Earth with a count of 11.4 billion. Can we even house that much at this point? Norwegian scientists make a breakthrough on the idea of nuclear semotics. Don't even own nukes. Shut the fuck up, Norway. The Middle East collapses into infighting once more. Of course. Ah! Russia revived the RLC is revived with cooperation with Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Okay. Windows enters stores across the world. NATO expands Article 10 to encompass nations with entry to the Caspian Sea. Mr. Bald and Zippity enter stores across the world, mainly North America and Australia. The global human population begins to decline. Jack the Ripper is identified after the mystery enduring for 192 years. At least we get to know that. Russia orders an immediate union with Belarus. We got Kaliningrad, buddy. Temple OS is shown once again in an outsider art exhibit in Pennsylvania. Wee begins to be sold by GC Johnson. Genetic sequencing incident causes a fatal outbreak in the Netherlands. CO2 emissions begin to dwindle further. I don't know if that's good or bad. GC Johnson produces Chuck the Dog. West Virginia proposes a name change. U.S. government forms the U.S. Celestial Objects Mining Agency. The numbers continue to decline worldwide. Well, that's not good. GC Jensen renames to include In Space, following the growing hype on space travel. Humanity plans its first colonial project in outer space, spearheaded by the United States and China. Alright. First involved automatons with complex thought formation abilities and sentience compatibilities created. GC Jensen begins working on their own robots to compete against other companies. Oh, so we're building flankers now? First successful asteroid mining project completed by US. Kazakhstan joins NATO alongside Mexico. And do what? First prototype of a worker drone complete by GC Jensen. Tsunami in the Atlantic Ocean terrorists Caribbean islands. GC Jensen continues development on worker drones. Terrestrial exoplanet is discovered and is named Copper-9 shortly after. GC Jensen begins watching over events occurring in Copper-9. US government hands colonization projects of Copper-9 to GC Jensen. Observing the recent developments, specific governments request to collaborate with GC Jensen. Observations show that Copper-9 moves slower compared to Earth in its orbits. Even languages retain their normality with no change. Why the fuck does that have to do with anything? Automatons have been mastered by many governments, helping with both domestic life and working in industrial settings. Human bases continue to expand across the surface of Mars. Hoorah! U.S. government forms the Department of Space Affairs. The human population begins to surge once again. The North American Technate is formed by the United States and Canada. The newly formed state contains two capitals, Ottawa and Washington, D.C. D.C. is the administrative capital, Ottawa is the legislative capital. The fuck? Population of Saudi Arabia dwindles to 10.7 million as the failing nation faces a massive brain drain. Spain suggests a union with Portugal. Request declined. Maintain settlement projects in Antarctica and Greenland. GC Jensen finalizes creation of the worker drone. Worker drones are sent on exoplanetary missions such as being stationed in Copper 9, etc. Some worker drones are affectionately given names Vikings, and all are taught to speak specific language, primarily English. So wait, does that mean that if I named a drone, I would name him Vucic, and I would say, "Hi, Vucic, radi malo, ali kad ti nećeš, ja ću da ubijam tebe, ti prase." Alright. Camp 98.7 is founded on Copper 9. Around these years, a hostile entity called the Absolute Solver is created. Why the fuck is it created? Humanity, to an extent, J.C. Jensen learns about the Absolute Solver. Worker drone named Sin would be discarded by our unknown original owners at the bottom of a corpse pile of discarded drones. Sometime within a 5-year period, the Sin self-reboots due to improper disposal, allowing a hostile entity known as the Absolute Solver to affect her. However, Sin's conscience is immediately discarded by the Solver. Serial designation NV and J are disassembled as worker drones, but later salvaged and repaired by Tesla. 3 drones serve as maids and servants at Elliott Manor. Tesla repairs Sin and introduces her to the other drones. As time went on, due to her imperfectionist and Tessa's parents' dislike of her repaired worker drones, Sin was often locked up in the basement. Kind of like how I do with my children. The gala premieres. I don't know what the fuck that is. Not too long before V and many other worker drones become comatose due to Air 606. Should have been 607, not just kidding. Rendering them immobile and unaware of their surroundings. Before the gala began, Sin warned Tessa to stay away from the gala because she was the only human who loved and cared for her. I thought Tessa was some sort of another alien. Having been fed up with the mistreatment of work drones, the Absolute Solver, disguised as Sin, slaughters every human attending the gala. God damn. Attempts to raise members of NB and J to varying success. Tessa dies at some point and Solver merges her corpse with Sin's body during the drone. The Absolute Solver repairs and upgrades the worker drones that Tessa had repaired into bloodthirsty killing machines known as disassembly drones. The Absolute Solver releases the disassembly drones, instigating a global massacre on her. Oh shit. The government of the United Kingdom requests help from the North American technate. Assembly drones begin destroying British civilization. I mean, to be fair, they deserve it, but out of any of the countries. Oh shit. I just want to point this out, but there have been a lot of border changes. This. Hey, finally he puts in Kosovo as part of Serbia. Some shitty ass shit going on in Afghanistan, Slovakia being getting a boner, and us attacking Bosnia. Oh, Aliyah. British armed forces detect disassembly drones emerging from the Elliott Band. The population of Leeds is systematically hunted by the disassembly drones. The United Kingdom requests aid from the North American techniques. NATO's Article 5 is activated at the request of the UK and NATO. So it starts in Britain. The government of the UK collapses in a matter of days. NATO establishes a militarized zone around the Isles, mobilizing their available army elements to destroy the disassembly drones. Evacuation boats leaving from Bournemouth and Cornwall are swiftly destroyed by disassembly drones. Ireland is invaded by disassembly drones. Angle, the last Irish holdout, falls in late December. Disassembly drones reach Iceland and Greenland. No one lived in those two shitholes, so I don't think anyone would care. Population of the United Kingdom reduced to 980,000. Dude, I'm just afraid anyone watching this won't hear me. North American technique drops 2 nukes onto Doncaster and Oxford to destroy disassembly drones. Well, that didn't really do anything. They just landed in France. Disassembly drones encounter neutral defenses armed with man-made technology. Russian nukes Paris and Essen. The music is good, I have to say. Disassembly drones continue eliminating the population of Earth. God damn it, they took Belgrade. Dude, they are taking a shit ton of land. Dude, they even landed in Canada. Man, we are fucked. Okay, this must be Copper 9. Is that a fucking black hole? How's that Earth? Oh. Humans at Copper 9 witnessed the massacre at Elliott Manor and the falling destruction of Earth. Humans tried to investigate more into the matter by introducing the absolute solver into some test drones, experimenting with them in order to find a patch to fix other drones that may have it. Yeva later became the first successful test subject of the patch, allowing her to use the solver's powers without having problems with her temperature or losing control. The humans create sentinels to guard the cabin fever lamps. The Absolute Solver takes full control of Nori, causing her to kill humans and create a massive crater in cabin fever labs, leading to the core of the planet. Yeva stops the influence of the program in Nora's body with the crucifix patch, then cuts off her mind, which has a small black hole. Unfortunately, Norm with a small black hole falls into the core of the Copper 9 and causes the core to collapse, wiping out all human life on the planet. Dude, what have we done to deserve this? Like, us humans are kind, gentle creatures. We have done nothing wrong. Like, what? So, humans are dead, basically. Nor and Yeva escaped from the lab. This happened at around 11 p.m. on the 27th of Saramoris? Huh? At some point during Nori's rebellion, the Sentinels were ordered to kill any drone on site. At least someone's still following orders. After the collapse, the worker drones pick up where the humans left off. It was also around this time that the Absolute Solver sent the disassembly drones to Copper 9 for the extermination of all worker drones. Nori marries Khan and creates Uzi. Yeva and her husband create Doll. Both Uzi and Doll also inherit their respective mother's Absolute Solver. I don't even know these characters, so... Over time, Nori begins to see the plans of the Absolute Solver as visions or nightmares. She asks Khan to build doors to protect themselves from the approaching sky demons. The disassembly drones touch down on Copper 9 and go on to commit a huge planet-wide genocide. The Absolute Solver brainwashed the disassembly drones into thinking that they were sent by J.C. Jensen to destroy the rogue worker drones. Many disassembly drones successfully located and entered the cabin fever labs, but all were massacred by the Sentinels at the entrance. Uzi's mother Nori was stabbed by an unknown disassembly drone using their nanite acid. The Worker Defense Force is founded. Events of pilots? Oh, must be events of heartbeats. Events of the what? Hominin? Events of cabin fever. Events of events of dead end. Events of mass destruction. Are these like episodes? Well, that was absolutely fucking crazy, but honestly, why the hell not? So, yeah. Um, just subscribe, hit the like, push the notification bell, and I hopefully will see you in part 2. Peace.